Good morning, friends. Welcome to the session. Today we'll do something interesting. We'll learn some new words by going through some stories in Mahabharata. We'll learn English with Mahabharata today. Right. Mahabharata is a very vast epic, very famous epic. You all know, and it is very interesting. It has got a lot of things to learn. It has got literature. It has got philosophy. It has got everything. Right. What we'll do today? We'll we'll go through this Mahabharata. We'll take bits of it and try to learn some English words. Wonderful. Let's start with a small player to, let's say, Lord Ganesha. Let's worship him and let's start. Okay. Now, Mahabharata starts with this forest, Naimisharanya. There's a big forest which is called Naimisharanya. And one time, lot of sages and ascetics were doing lot of penance, lot of yagnas. They were doing a lot of yagnas in that forest. They completed one such yagna, which they did for 12 years. Then another sage by name Ugrashrava. His name is also called Sauti. Ugrashrava, he came to that forest, to that recluse abode of those sages. Abode means the place that people stay. Right. So this sage Ugrashrava was the son of Roma Harshana. Roma plus Harshana. Roma Harshana is another great ascetic. His name means when he speaks or when he talks, uh, people with listen with such rapture attention that their hair will stand. Roma is hair, Harsha is delight. The hair delights. Even the hair delights, not just the body, the hair also delights, and hair will also stand. English meaning of that word is horripilate. Horripilation. Horripilation is standing of hair. That is called horripilation. So Ugrashrava, he reached the Naimisharanya forest, and there was a big assembly of revered ascetics. Assemblies means group of people. Group of people who have some common agenda or common discussion. That is called assembly. He reached this assembly of revered ascetics. Revered means well respected. Re plus ver. Originally, this where is coming from Latin, which means fear. Originally, the respect was coming out of fear. Literally, it was the meaning. But reward nowadays it is meant to use to admire and respect someone very highly. That is reward. So he reached this assembly of reward ascetics. Ascetics are sages. These are really hard workers. Ascetic. It is coming from again from Latin. That means who lives a very simple and strict way without physical pleasures. Okay, who works a lot, who exercises a lot. Those are ascetics. When he came to this ascetics, they worshipped him and they gave him a seat. They gave this Ugrashrava a seat and asked him to recover from fatigue. Fatigue means tiredness. Extremely tiredness is called fatigue. They asked him to recover from his fatigue. Then he recovered from the fatigue. It took some time. Then the sages asked him, "Where are you coming from? What are you doing these many days?" Etc. etc. The sages asked him. Then he replied in words consonant to their mode of life, to the sages' mode of life. Consonant means con plus sonant. Con is together. Son is sound. A sound uh, that is together. What it means is which is appealing to them. Con is with sound. Consonant means that is appealing to them. Dissonant sound, consonant sound, or dissonance, consonance, resonance, SYN, sonata. Sonata is a is kind of big musical piece. We had discussed also. Consonant, words consonant with them. That means words that are appealing to them. He spoke to them. He said, I have heard all sacred and wonderful stories uh, of Mahabharata. I have heard while they were recited in full by Vaisampayana at a snake sacrifice of Janamejaya. He said, I have heard diverse and sacred stories. Diverse, die plus words. What we had discussed, it means to turn, divert, convert, revert, replace word, revert. Same word is used here, diverse. Diverse means varied. And sacred. Sacred means very holy. Which are recited, re plus citation, etc. Cite means to give us an example, right? Which are recited, and there was a big snake sacrifice that was happening. I was there, and another says by name Vaisampayana has recited these stories about Mahabharata. I was there. I was there in that snake sacrifice, and I am coming from there, anxious to see you, to see all of you. Anxious means very excited to see you. I have come here. Now, these stories which I have heard, these are highly esteemed, eminent. They are with excellent diction, and they are subtle, they are elegant, they are gleaned from Vedas. They dispel darkness. He said all of this. Now, let's look at one by one. What is esteem? Esteem is coming from the same root which is like estimate. You estimate the value, right? You estimate value of something. Esteem means we estimate the value to be very high. That means great respect and approval. The stories of Mahabharata which I have heard are esteemed. That means they have great respect and approval from great people. They are eminent. Eminent. Eminent means excellent. They are famous. They are respected. Eminent means excellence. They have got great diction. Diction is speech. Dict is speech. Dictionary is the collection of all speeches, all words. It has got great diction. That means it has got great language. They're subtle. SUBTLE, subtle. They're subtle. Subtle means subtle is coming from sub plus till. Till was originally a form of cloth, which was a woven cloth, which was very cleverly and very diligently, very carefully woven. So that how it was woven, it was not very clear, right? So very finely woven. Subtle was the cloth, which is coming again from Latin. Sub plus till, which was the cloth. Nowadays, subtle means not easy or obvious to notice because it is hidden or used it done in an indirect way or very hidden way, etc. Subtle colors, subtle flavors, subtle smells, etc. The stories in Mahabharata are subtle. That means they have hidden meanings. They are elegant. Elegant means very attractive, great sense of style. Elegant. Elect, you remember this word, you relate this word to elect, both have the same roots. You elect the one which is the best, right? You elect the one which is attractive. Elegant means very attractive, which are gleaned from Vedas. Gleaning means to obtain information or knowledge with difficulty from different places. From Vedas, what are all the important aspects he has picked. He has picked with a lot of care. Yes, so the stories are and the learnings, the messages are gleaned from Vedas. These are here to dispel darkness. Dis plus spell. Spell means to drive, to throw away darkness. Dispel, to dispel darkness. So the stories are like this. He said, these are all such wonderful stories. I have heard in the assembly of Janamejaya when Vaisampayana, another says by name Vaisampayana, has recited these stories. Then naturally all these rishis got really excited. They said, O Lomaharshana, O Ugrashrava, son of Lomaharshana, earlier you have told us a lot about Vedas. You told us a lot about a lot of other Upanishads and a lot of other Puranas and different stories also. Now, now that you have heard this Mahabharata, please tell us the entire story of this Mahabharata. They requested him. Once they requested him, he started. Okay, good. I will tell you all of this story. Now, let me worship the God once, and then we'll start. Let me worship the primordial. Let me worship the primordial, incorruptible, eternal, imperceptible, inexhaustible Vishnu. He is immaculate. He is the benefactor of everyone. He is the ruler of faculties. He said, he is primordial. 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 That means he is the beginner. He is there from the beginning. Incorruptible. Corruptible. Corruptible is corruption. There is no corruption. You cannot change him. You cannot change his form or behavior. He is incorruptible. He is eternal. Eternal means without time. There is no beginning, no end. He is eternal. He is imperceptible. Perception. Perceive. Means to feel, to see. Imperceptible. You cannot see him. You cannot feel him. Inexhaustible. Energy is exhaustible, or some resources are exhaustible, means they can get over. Inexhaustible, that means he cannot be exhausted. That means he is infinite. He is Vishnu. Immaculate. Macula. Macula means stain or spot. This is coming from Latin. Immaculate means he's stainless, he's spotless. You can't find any mistake in him. He's immaculate. He's benefactor. Beni is good. Factor. Factor is the cause. He is cause of good for everyone. Benefactor is he gives everything to everyone. He's benefactor. He's ruler of all faculties. Faculty. Faculty means uh, one is the faculty who teaches, that is another faculty. One is the other is natural ability, ability to speak, hear, understand, etc. That is also called faculties. So he is the ruler of all faculties. Whatever we speak, whatever we hear, whatever we think, he is the ruler. He dictates. Right. So let me worship him, and he is that. And we'll start. He created this world when it was destitute of brightness and light. Destitute, Destatute. Destitute means lack of brightness and lack of light. Destitute means it's not there. Someone who's destitute means he doesn't have money. They are in poverty. Destitute of brightness means there was no light. He created this world when there was no light or no brightness. He created this entire universe. He created this water, the heaven, the earth, the air, the sky, the points, the time, the seasons, the months, the fortnights, etc. The mind. He created everything. Vyasa, who is the son of Satyavati, he analyzed his entire creation, Vishnu's creation. He analyzed the entire Vedas and then composed this Mahabharata. Ugrashava is telling. He analyzes all the Vedas and all the creation by penance and meditation. How did he analyze? With penance and meditation. Penance is tapas and meditation. Meditation we all know. To concentrate mind on something. That is meditation. He analyzed Vishnu's creation and he understood the entire Vedas, and then he composed this. He composed this great Mahabharata. Okay. Once he composed this entire Mahabharata, he has got a great he was in a great dilemma. He composed the Mahabharata, but he still has got a lot of anxiety. He was helpless. He was facing a lot of anxiety. Then Lord Brahma appeared in front of him. Appeared in front of him. Suddenly he appeared in front of him, and Vyasa was surprised. And then he worshipped Brahma. And then Brahma asked him, "You are looking anxious. What exactly has happened?" Then Then Vyasa replied, I have composed a great poem. I have explained everything here. I have compiled, I have used, I have referred to Vedas, I have read to Puranas, I have described past, present, and future here. I have described the ways of life. I have described science. I have described politics. I have described Nyaya. I have described the theory of treatment of diseases, Dharma, etc. etc. I described everything. I described geography, where which rivers are there, which mountains are there. I described everything. But my anxiety is I have composed all of this. I have composed all of this, but I am not finding any writer to write this book. Unless we write this, we cannot promulgate. Promulgate is actually to take it to everyone. Right. I am Brahma. I am not able to find the right writer Brahmadeva. That's why I'm very anxious right now. Then Brahma said, yes, I know you. You have done all of this. This is a wonderful work. So the one who is capable of writing this for you, he is Ganesha. Let Ganesha be doing this. You worship Ganesha, let him come and let him finish this writing for you. Okay. Then Vyasa worshipped Ganesha. Ganesha is the lord of all ganas. He is the obviator of obstacles. Obviator. Obviator means remover. Remover of all obstacles. He is always ready to fulfill the desires of his votaries. Votary means a person who worships or loves someone or somebody. Right. Ganesha, he is always ready to fulfill the desires of his votaries. Then he appeared. He appeared in front of Vyasa and he said, I will become the writer of your work, provided my pen doesn't cease writing even for a moment. Cease means stop. My pen should not stop. Ganesha said. Ganesha has put a condition. I will become your writer, but my pen should not stop at any moment. Okay. Then Vyasa was in a fix. That means Vyasa should speak with such fluency and with such speed that Ganesha should never stop writing. Right. So that is the Vyasa's challenge. Now Vyasa countered. He said to the divine person that whatever be anything, you should comprehend first, then only you can write. You cannot write until you comprehend whatever I am saying. So Vyasa has put a counter condition that whatever he is saying, Ganesha should understand. Then only he can write. That is his condition. Now, Ganesha agreed to this. So in that way, Vyasa, while he was composing, he put hundreds and thousands of verses, which are actually slightly very tricky, very subtle, very confusing, so that Ganesha takes time to think and completely understand and comprehend what exactly Vyasa must be thinking. Right. And until Ganesha completely absorbs the meaning, he cannot write. In that time, Vyasa would compose more verses. That's how they were able to create this magnificent work, which runs into kind of thousands of verses. These two together have created. So Mahabharata, entire Mahabharata, is composed by Vyasa and re-verified by Ganesha, because until Ganesha comprehends, until Ganesha agrees to what Vyasa was saying, he was not supposed to write. So Ganesha agreed to this, and then they started writing. And then this was the wisdom that they have together created. Ugrashrava is telling all the sages. This work is a very magnificent tree, this Mahabharata. Then Ugrashrava went on to give a brief summary of the Mahabharata story. He said, formerly, the spirited and virtuous Vyasa, by the request of Bhishma, who is the son of Ganga and his own mother, he became father of three boys, who were called Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. Bhishma and his mother requested Vyasa to give three sons, and Vyasa gave the Vyasa gave to the wives of Vichitravirya. The detailed story will learn later. Now there was three princes: Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Ubhadra. Dhritarashtra was born blind. His sons were evil. The practices of sons, his son Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhana and all were evil. The sons of Pandu were full of rectitude. Rectitude is moral rightness. They were all true to morality. And Vidura was has having lot of wisdom. And in this epic, he described a lot about Krishna, Vasudeva. Is the divinity of Krishna. He discussed a lot about this in this composition, in this Bharata. Dhritarashtra was blind, so Pandu has got the kingdom. He subdued many countries by his wisdom and prowess. He took up his abode. That means he stayed with Munis in a certain forest. And then he has got a severe misfortune. The misfortune that uh, that he cannot mate with his wife because he killed a stag, he killed a deer, coupling with its mate. So then he got a curse that he cannot mate with his wives. So because he cannot mate, he cannot have children. Then, but by the grace of gods, he has got children from different gods like Dharma, Vayu, Indra, Ashwinis, etc. He has got five sons. Because Pandu was cursed, he started staying with Munis only in the forest. His two wives, they started living with Munis, and by God's grace, they got those five children. That Dharmaraja, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. These five children, they were living in the forest. But on one unfortunate day, he was not able to control himself, and he tried to mate, and then because of the curse, he died. Now, uh, then these rishis and the munis, they got all of these kids, all the five kids and Kunti, and handed them over to Dhritarashtra, saying that these are the sons of your brother. These are called Pandavas. Okay, so till then, Kauravas were the sons of Dhritarashtra. They were not aware of these Pandavas. So now suddenly their sons of their father's brother were introduced as Pandavas. Some of them agreed, some of them did not agree. But but some but in general they were all welcomed. And when they have arrived over the entire city, their welcome was proclaimed. Proclaim means it was made known to everyone. Pro plus claim. It was made known to everyone. So Pandava started staying at Dhritarashtra's place, and the general public, people were very pleased with them. They were very pleased with the purity of Yudhishthira, which is Dharmaraja. They were pleased with the courage of Arjuna, the submissive nature of Kunti to her superiors. Has got a lot of humility. Same humility is there with the twins, which are Nakula and Sahadeva. They are always fond of Bhima for his strength. Right, this was all going on, and he's telling the story in his Ugrashava. He's telling the story in summary. Later Arjuna obtained Draupadi, who is also called Krishna. Krishna is another name. He obtained her at a Swayamvara in the middle of lot of rajas. He performed a very difficult feat of archery, and because of that feat, people started respecting him even more. He became very respected among all bowmen because of that feat. And he actually vanquished a lot of neighboring princes and lot of kingdoms, and then made his elder brother, which is Yudhishthira, perform this Rajasuya yaga. Rajasuya yaga is a very big yaga which is conducted by Dharmaraja. Okay, Dharmaraja was always advised by Vasudeva, who is Krishna. He was always supported by the valor, the strength of Bhima and Arjuna. With that, they have killed, slain. Slaying is killing. Slain Jarasandha. It was a very powerful kingdom, right? To perform this grand sacrifice of Rajasuya. And in this Rajasuya, Duryodhana also came. Duryodhana is the eldest son of Dhritarashtra. He is a brother to these people. Okay, so when he beheld the vast wealth in the Rajasuya, he looked at he saw all the vast wealth that Pandavas have. He was filled with envy, and he became exceedingly displeased. Envy means he's not able to feel the wealth of. He was unhappy with the wealth of with the wealth of Pandavas. And when he beheld means see, beheld the hall of assembly, elegantly constructed. Elegant, we know, we have discussed very attractive, elegant. So elegantly constructed by Maya. Maya is an architect. Architect means who constructs buildings. He is an architect. He is an architect of asuras. Asuras are demons. He is an architect of asuras. He constructed this assembly very elegantly, very attractively for the Pandavas. It looked like a celestial court. Celestial means divine. It looked like a celestial court. He is inflamed with rage. By looking at this, Duryodhana was inflamed. Inflamed means he is fully rage. Rage is anger. He is full of anger. Okay, and at the same time, he was confused. The architectural deceptions of the court. The court was so beautiful, and there were a lot of deceptions within that building, and he was confused. And at the same time, he was derided by Bhimasena when he was getting confused. Bhimasena actually made fun of him. Deride, D plus ride, when someone to reduce someone's value. That is deride. He was derided by Bhimasena. That made him even more furious. And with that envy, he started growing weak. He started growing meager, and pale. He stopped eating food. He soon became weak, etc. So realizing this, that his son, that is Duryodhana is becoming weak and pale because of his envy for Pandavas. Dhritarashtra, out of affection for his son, he gave his consent to playing dice. Dice. Duryodhana has an uncle who is an expert in playing dice. Then Dhritarashtra agreed to Duryodhana to let Pandavas play dice with him. Right. So in that days, all this Pandavas lost to Duryodhana, and lost all their wealth. And soon later, there's a big war that broke between these two people, and most of the Kauravas and most of the all of Kauravas have died, and the war was very terrific. It created a lot of death across the history. Perhaps it is the most important, most biggest war that has happened across the history. Right. So this was the story in brief. How the evil son, who is Duryodhana, was full of envy, and how he created this game of dice, and how it resulted in war. And the entire war has happened, and all the Kauravas are dead. And then the Dhritarashtra was ill. He had all the ill news. Of, ill news. The news was ill for him. The success of Pandavas, the news, and recollected his history, recollected all the past, and then he addressed Sanjaya. Sanjaya was his minister. He addressed Sanjaya. This is a beautiful speech. This is a very concise and very wonderful uh, speech. Um, the how Vyasa has written. Right. Here's the Dhritarashtra was telling Sanjaya, Sanjaya, please don't contempt me. for what I am saying. You are very well versed in Shastras. You are very intelligent. But please hear me out. I'm with deep sadness and frustration right now. Please hear me out. Don't see me with content because you're a man of intelligence. I never wanted a war. I was never delighted in the destruction of my race. I never made distinction between my own children and the children of Pandu. My own sons were prone to willfulness and they despised me. My own sons despise me because I'm old, because I'm blind, and because I'm miserable. And because of paternal affection, I bore it all. I was bearing all of that, even though my own sons were making fun of me. They were despising me. I was foolish because of Duryodhana. He was becoming more foolish, and because of him, I also have become foolish. Looking at the spectacular riches of Pandu, my son was derided. My son was derided as Bhimasena for his awkwardness while ascending the hall. My son was derided, and he was unable to bear it. When he was unable to bear to overcome the sons of Pandu, though as a soldier, he took help from the king of Gandhara, and he created an unfair game at dice. I know that. I know all of that. And Dhritarashtra was actually telling Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra continued. I never had any hope of success. Sanjay, I never had any hope of success for my son. When I heard that Arjuna has pierced the mark and won that maiden, Krishna, he is referring to that Swayamvara, Draupadi Swayamvara. Dhritarashtra was saying, when Arjuna has done that, has won her, then only I lost my hope. I had never hope. When I heard that Arjuna won Subhadra, he forcibly took her away from the city of Dwarka. Then only I lost my hope. I lost my hope when Krishna didn't even protest, taking away with his sister Krishna and Balrama, the brothers of Subhadra. They didn't even resent. In fact, they given him gifts. Then only I lost my hope. He was expecting at least Krishna and Arjuna to become enemies of Krishna and Balrama to become enemies of Arjuna and Pandava, but they did not become. So then only I lost my hope. I had no hope of success. When I heard that Arjuna, by his power, he prevented Indra from downpouring the forest of Kandava. So Agni was burning the entire forest of Kandava. Indra didn't want that, and Indra tried to stop by by sending rain, but Arjuna stopped Indra from stopping this burning of Kandava forest. Right, that's the story. We'll get into the detailed story later. Right, when Arjuna downpour means full of rain. When when Arjuna was able to stop Indra, then only I lost my hope. I had no hope of success. And when I heard that five Pandavas and their mother, they have expired from the house of Lag, that Vidra himself was engaged in this accomplishment, then only I lost my hope. So these people, they tried to burn Pandavas. They tried to put them in some house and they tried to burn them overnight. But Vidra is the brother of Dhritarashtra. He only created that escape. When Dhritarashtra had this, then only he lost hope because one is his the plan that was failed, and that too it was failed because Vidra himself made it fail. I had no hopes of success. I had no hope of success when Bhima killed Jarasandha. That too by his bare arms. I had no hope of success. I had no hope of success when when they performed Rajasuya. After obtaining the agreement of all, or after conquering all the kingdoms, when they performed Rajasuya. Rajasuya is the big sacrifice that they have done. Then only I lost my hope. I had lost hope. I had no hope of success when Draupadi, her voice choked with tears and heart full of agony, is dragged into the court. With that then only I lost my hope for success. Draupadi was a very sacred woman. She was very well respected, and she was in her season. During that time, she was choked with tears. She was forced into the court. She was dragged into the court, right? So so then only Dhritarashtra realized that there was no, he lost hope for success. When Dushasana was striving to strip her of that single garment, whatever she was wearing, and had only drawn from her person large heap of cloth. He was pulling the cloth, and there's only large heap of cloth that was coming. There was no end to the cloth. And then only I lost hope. It was because it was magical. There was some divine power that was protecting her, which was Krishna. Then only I lost my hope. He was telling. And when Yudhishthira lost the game of dice, and his all brothers stood next to him. Right, they didn't retaliate. The brothers stood by the word of Yudhishthira. Then only I lost my hope because he was referring to the unity of the brothers. And when when the Pandavas were leaving the kingdom, the Snatakas or noble-minded Brahmins, they also wanted to leave the kingdom with them. Then only I lost my hope. Because Pandavas has got such amazing following that the Brahmanas, because Pandavas were leaving, they also wanted to leave. They also wanted to live with him. Then only I lost my hope. When I heard that Arjuna having pleased Triambaka and obtained Pashupata, Triambaka is Lord Shiva. Arjuna obtained Pashupata from Lord Shiva. Having heard that, I have heard that, then only I lost my hope. His Dhritarashtra is continuously telling, is beautifully depicting why he has lost hope, why he never had hope. And Arjuna, all alone, he vanquished the Kalakayas and Polomas. Then only, so there is a big fight that has happened between Arjuna and this Kalakayas, and he vanquished all of them. Dhritarashtra had that, and then only I lost my hope. When I heard that my sons, guided by Karna, on their journey to Koshayatra, had been taken as prisoners by Gandharvas. These sons, Dhritarashtra's sons, were taken as prisoners by Gandharvas, and they are not able to free them. They are not able to fight them. At that time, Arjuna only came and released them. Arjuna fought on their behalf, acting like a brother. He released them. Then only I lost my hope because of the valor of Arjuna. Arjuna is such superior to all of these people. They were not able to defend themselves, including Karna. And Arjuna was able to free them by fighting with Gandharvas. Then only I lost my hope. I lost my hope when Yudhishthira was able to answer all the questions of Yaksha. Yaksha questions are very, very philosophical questions. And only when Yudhishthira was able to answer all the questions correctly, he was able to regain the life of his brothers. The story will come in detail later. When Dharmaraja was able to, Yudhishthira was able to answer all the extra questions, then only I lost my hope. I lost my hope when all the men of my side have not able to withstand Arjuna, who is on a single chariot, when they are going on war with Virata. Arjuna was able to single-handedly manage all of these people. Then only I lost my hope. When I heard Vasudeva's Krishna, who has covered the entire world with one foot, was so interested in the welfare of Pandavas, then only I lost my hope. Vasudeva was always interested in their welfare. When Vasudeva, who is Vishnu himself, is interested in their welfare, then only I lost my hope. King of Matsya, when he offered his daughter Uttara to Arjuna, and Arjuna took it for his son, then only I lost my hope. When Yudhishthira assembled an army of 7 Akshanis, then only I lost my hope. When Narada declared Krishna and Arjuna as Nara and Narayana that he has seen together in the reason of Brahma, then only I lost my hope. When I heard that Krishna, to bring peace, he came to my kingdom and went away without being able to effect his purpose, without being able to create that accord. Right? He came. Krishna comes to establish peace between both the parties, but Duryodhana insults him and sends him back. Then only I lost my hope. When I heard that Karna and Duryodhana they tried to imprison Krishna, and then Krishna displayed himself within himself, the whole universe. Then only I lost my hope. I had never any hope. Oh, Sanjay, I had never any hope. I heard at the time of his departure, when Krishna is leaving from my kingdom, Kinti standing full of sorrow near his chariot, received consolation from Krishna. Krishna has promised her that there will be victory for her sons. Then only I lost my hope. Krishna has given the promise. When I heard Bhishma and Drona, they were giving blessings to the sons of to Pandavas, that they will be victorious. Then only I lost my hope. They are on my side, but still they were giving blessings to them. When they given these blessings, then only I lost my hope. When Karna said to Bhishma that I will not fight until you are fighting, then only I lost my hope. When Bhishma he declared to Pandavas the secret of his fall, then only I lost my hope. Bhishma himself declares how he can be defeated to the Pandavas. Then only I lost my hope. And when Krishna instructed Arjuna to 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 kill Karna while his chariot was synced, then only I lost my hope. So Bhishma continues like this. Bhishma continues and tells all the incidents which went in favor of Pandavas, which have actually been the signs that the signs that have given him that his sons would lose. All of them were bad omens for him. And he continues with full sadness. Then he says, "Oh Sanjaya, I'll put an end to my life without delay. There is no least advantage in continuing this life any longer." He isn't. He was in that state of mind. Then Sanjaya says, "Your sons, O Dhritarashtra, your sons were malevolent. Malevolent. Mal is bad. Malevolent is some with bad intentions. They are inflamed with passion, avaricious, and they are of evil disposition. Your sons are really bad. Why are you feeling bad? Your sons are very evil, and you should not grieve. For what that must happen will anyway happen. This is the decree of fate, and time destroys everything." So this is Sanjaya's wisdom. Sanjay is telling what is fate that no one can stop. Time cuts short everything and creates new. Time alone is awake when all things are asleep. Time is incapable of being overcome. Time passes over all things without being stopped. Knowing all of this past and future, all whatever that is existing is the offspring of time. So this is all time. This is the reason of time. This is the result of time. Knowing all of this, why should you worry? You should not feel sad, and that too because your sons they themselves are very evil. So he instructed. Sanjay instructs. Sanjay is the person who actually is the reason for all of us to know Bhagavad Gita. He's in his words, or he's the one who propagates. He's the one who hears that first hand and tells to the entire world. Right? He is Sanjay. Now Sanjay gives this piece of wisdom to uh, Dhritarashtra. So this is the first chapter of Mahabharata. It's a wonderful piece of epic. And why it has become Mahabharata? Because once all the gods they put all the four Vedas and Upanishads etc. on one side and put Bharata on the other side. and the balance tilted in favor of Bharata. Since then, the Maha got added, and it is been said as Mahabharata. So Mahabharata is in terms of its substance, in terms of its gravity, it is much heavier than the all the other literature that was put together. So, as to conclude the first chapter, Vyasa says, Tapa is innocent, study is harmless. The ordinance of Veda prescribed for all the tribes are harmless. The equation of wealth is harmless, but when they are abused in their practices, it is then they become sources of evil. Everything is harmless. Tapa is harmless. Study is harmless. Vedas are harmless. Equation of wealth is harmless, but only when they are abused. It is then they become sources of evil. With this closing sentence, we end the chapter 1. We end the first section. That is Mahabharata first section. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll come back with more stories. Here we've gone through all the summary of how the Trust felt bad after the war. Okay, guys. Good luck.